saw how road accidents are a heavy toll on nation and how it is a topic of major concern. The government has to face heavy economic loss due to road accidents, so it is a major concern for them too. On an individual basis, the citizens of India face socio-economic loss due to road accidents. Many families have lost their breadwinner and are now economically and emotionally restrained. Many young teenagers lose their lives in rash driving. Losing the lives of the young generation is the biggest loss any nation can face because their lives are going to uplift India's economy and socio-political affairs in the future. We, the students of Team 6 of C.V. Raman Global University, are thereby here to suggest some solutions to the authorizing bodies. We have high hopes that if these solutions are implemented correctly, then it would surely reduce the percentage of road accidents happening.
Breaking traffic rules. Breaking traffic rules is a serious crime and one must avoid practicing it on their individual level. Yet there are people who practice this act of crime and must be punished by the law. The government on their own level must do everything possible within their power. They can increase the CCTV surveillance on the highways and roads and punish whoever is breaking the traffic rules. On the other hand, traffic police has to be a man of dignity and honor and not someone who leaves criminals after getting bribed by them.
Reckless driving. Whenever someone is driving any vehicle on the road, he or she must be responsible and sincere, not some half-minded prick. They must drive the vehicle keeping in mind the traffic rules. They must not do anything reckless which who lead to chaos and even lead to fatality of someone around them. In our day-to-day life, we encounter some pricks who drive like there is no tomorrow. No driving recklessly instead of any governmental implementation is some we implement on ourselves. India can only overcome this problem if we as an individual take full responsibility of our actions.
Multitasking while driving. Multitasking is a common thing in today's busy society. The more you can do at once, the more you will accomplish, right? Some drivers may think they are quite good at multitasking on the road, but requires full attention. Shifting your mind from one thing to the another slows your reaction time. A loss of second may seem insignificant, but they can put you, passengers, and other drivers at risk for accidents or worse. The more you do behind the wheel, the more distracted you are. Understanding the science behind distracted driving is only the first step in preventing it. Here are few tips to consider. Use a cell blocking app. Implement a formal distracted driving policy. Ask a passenger to field messages or directions and consider a robust fleet safety.
Tailgating is the action of a driver driving behind another vehicle while not leaving sufficient distance to stop without causing a collision if the vehicle stops suddenly. Studies have found out that this happens due to the material instability of the driver. People practice tailgating when they are stressful and panicked. One of the most efficient ways of mitigating risk is to install appropriate access control system and manage them methodically. A suitable solution as such is turnstiles. Integration of video surveillance in key security spots in a building and particularly the main entrance not only deters criminal but also helps law enforcement authorities to identify the tailgating in case of a crime.
Bad road condition. Have you ever wondered why road accidents are more in India? Indian roads are a nightmare for drivers. Majority of Indian road accidents are in miserable condition and during rainy season. They are completely catastrophic. According to 2014 survey, it was found that most of the road related deaths in India are caused by humps, speed breakers and potholes. Road safety awareness can also help traffic and transportation departments to smoothly overcome the adverse situations on the road.
An eye-opener survey conducted recently says around 88% bystanders hesitate to help a victim of road crash due to legal hassles and fear of police harassment. While the Supreme Court provided legal teeth to committee-suggested guidelines for protecting Good Samaritans in March this year, the judgment was not the end of the matter. The next challenge is to get this information to the last mile. Lives will get saved only when people on the road are aware of these new rights they have. People on the road. The government should ensure that people know about their new right through a sustained mass awareness campaign. So long as the word does not go out from the government, bystanders will continue to fear harassment from authorities.
On the place of road accident, it is prime responsibility of the people present there to provide that victims with medical aid. Their first action should be to call the ambulance and then try their best to stop any bleeding. There is reason why we belong to the human race. Unlike beasts, we have emotions and compassion for others. Taking pictures of victims is an act of inhuman behavior, and there is nothing that government can do about it. We, as an individual, must step up in these situations and try our best to help the victim.
When accidents occur and the victims are taken to hospitals or to a medical practitioner, they are not taken care of for giving emergency medical treatment on the ground that the case is a medical legal case and the injured person should go to a government hospital, or they are not in a position to make payment immediately, or that they have no insurance, or that they are not members of any scheme which entitles them to medical reimbursement. No hospital or medical practitioner shall refuse to provide emergency medical care to victims of accidents on the ground that the person is not able to pay immediately, or that he has no medical insurance or other reimbursement facilities. If they refuse without justifiable reason, that will be an offense. The states must publish a scheme for reimbursement of expenditure incurred by hospitals, medical practitioners, or for ambulances. and the states must allocate separate funds for this purpose. We are sure that upon implementation of the report and the bill by the states, the huge gap in the law in this behalf will be legislatively plugged.
Ambulance availability. We saw previously how there is a huge inavailability of ambulance in our country. So the possible solutions are that we build ambulance stand after every 3 to 4 kilometers along the highways. This is even more realistic as hospitals can't be built after every 3 to 4 kilometers as it is economically unfit. The contact number of the ambulance stand must also be mentioned along the highway. The government can also build a system of ambulance service like Mo Cycle in Odisha.